Welcome to Degenerate Nation Podcast. Don't change the station, it's the Degenerate Nation. Hey, Andy, long time no talk. How are you?
God, your teeth are white. You're like pounding it with tea and coffee and whatever else, Mountain Dew, and they're like white as fuck, man.
I recently did one of those Crest whitening strips because
No way.
Let's go full disclosure right now. I stopped. Well, I've quit smoking again.
There you go.
It's
You gone dry.
Not my first time. Not my first time. But I was really on the Uncle Buck plan of, like, you know, the 5-year plan of going from cigarettes to cigars to pipe tobacco to chewing tobacco and then hopefully clean. I've skipped a couple steps, but I dragged those other steps out longer. I went from cigarettes to like exclusively black and mild cheap cigars, and then nice cigars, and then kind of a hodgepodge of cheap cigars, nice cigars, cigarillos, those sorts of things. And
Nice.
and finally, like,
I relate to this information.
yeah. I
Not from the a smoking standpoint, but from a booze where I was like, I'd always be like, "Can I have rail, please?" to save like $2, but to crush your body further, and stuff. And like, so let me get this straight. You had light pressure, including internal pressure, to quit smoking, like cigars, not like too much of the bottom shelf, like Newports or what. No offense to anyone that poisons their body with Newports or anything like that. Good for you. Keep doing it. But you had the light pressure, and the upside or the end result is you're going to have whiter teeth, like almost immediately.
So
And not be a smoker.
yeah,
And get a pat on the back from people for quitting.
I guess
Something you shouldn't started in the first place.
I mean,
God, that's fucking great.
the downside is that, like,
You want to murder everybody?
actually, it really hasn't been that bad. The first, like, 4
Okay,
days, the
that's
first
good.
4 days are rough. That's where nicotine is actually leaving your body. But that only takes like 72 hours, and then nicotine's gone, right?
What?
The nicotine's gone after like 72 hours from your body, right? You still have the receptors in your brain that have now been built up over years of getting nicotine that are like, hey, I'm ready for my next hit of nicotine.
What do they want
Nicotine.
instead?
They want blood.
Oh,
They want
They
blood.
still want nicotine?
No,
they
I-
don't want sex or something,
My-
or like a Danish? And you're like, I put
No,
on
they
3
do.
pounds
They
and I
do.
love Danishes.
They do want those two things, yeah.
Okay.
They do want lots
At
of
the same
sugar.
time.
Yeah, lots of sugar and sex. But yeah,
Quick
so
fixes, yeah.
yeah, you're right. I had some internal and external pressure. I've attempted to quit before. Quitting smoking cigarettes, like, I did that. That's harder. You're breaking two habits at once: the oral fixation, constantly, smoking, and then the nicotine. But like, just going to the nicotine and smoking occasionally, but then it was really every day. I'm just not really capable of once in
Yeah.
a while. I really wish I was, because, like, no one has any problem with me, family, wife and kids, no problem with me with the occasional cigar. Because an occasional cigar should be enjoyed,
Yeah, but you have like a man cave in your garage where you would record, and now you're like, I'm back to the real spot because, I mean, again, full disclosure, you were just pounding cigars, like pound through a cigar while we would record.
Yeah, at least one. And
Yeah,
that
it'll be
wouldn't
at
have,
least
that
one
wouldn't have
cigar.
been my only cigar of the day. So,
No.
and it would have been like the third cheap one, and maybe I'd have a nice one.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that bad every day, but I smoked.
And
a
you're
bunch
like
of cigars.
making runs in a pandemic for only cigarettes.
Yeah, cigars,
Cigarillos.
cigarillos.
Cigars.
Yeah,
Okay, cigarillos. Yeah.
But it's like,
I got you. Okay.
so that's been my life. So afterwards, now that I was like, I'm really trying to convince myself of the positive things that, like, and be like I don't want to smoke every day. I know that, but I do want
Yeah.
to smoke an occasional cigar. That's what I like. But occasional to me very quickly becomes every day. That's just
Of
how
course,
I'm.
you're like, I just want every pipe in my mouth right now, or I want every cigarette under my fingernails. I like
Yeah, basically.
burn. I
Like,
want the burned nail beds, and like I want it all. I want every little
Right.
bit of the
Right.
sous chef life that I used to experience, and like fucking like cigarettes down to the nubbin, and you're like, I can still smoke this. There's still ash here. If there's ash, I'll bash.
Yes, exactly that. So that's what's going on. So, like, the little things, like, I went and did the teeth whitening. So thanks for noticing.
I noticed that shit, man, because I'm not self-conscious about mine. I mean, my non-whitage, they're not yellow, but they're. I have like fucking fillings, and the fillings aren't like crest whitening white,
Yeah.
And you can't probably even whiten over them.
No, the
so it's
whitening
just
doesn't
like
work on
I'm
that.
fine with this. That I don't have cavities right there now. I'll get cavities around and underneath the filling at some point, surely. Because all right, you know me. Am I gonna not like? I almost said smoke coffee. Can you do that?
Probably. Someone out there is smoking coffee.
I want to drink the coffees. I want to drink the sodas, and I want to eat the Sour Patch Kids. And I'm going to do that. And I want the fucking dentist and mostly the dental hygienist to not fucking mess with me about it. Collect your money. Are you upset they are making more money off me? Is that what this is about? What other industry do you go in there and they're like, you know what? I really shouldn't be taking your money. You really should be doing better.
Yeah.
I really think you should try harder. What is wrong with you? I'm like, I'm fucking paying you like $569 right now.
I'm paying your mortgage, you judgy bitch.
Yeah, like, pay for your mistake. You hygienist, you're barely literate. Barely literate. And you're making a killing off of me.
It's funny. I was actually, May Raiseclaw told me, I think it was yesterday. She's like, oh, you have both of us are set to go to the dentist tomorrow at noon. We can go tomorrow, or they have openings in October. That's the earliest. I'm like, well, I guess I'll see him in October, but I'm not going today. And you know what? Come October, I'm not going to go. I hate the dentist.
No.
It's the
Fuck
worst.
that shit.
It's the
Look at
worst.
your teeth. You don't need them. They need you.
Well, they always tell me about this thing, flossing. I don't know if you've heard of it. Some people do it.
What the fuck is flossing?
I don't know.
What is the deal with floss?
What's the deal with flossing? I was a flosser. The flosser. Yeah. Boy.
Yeah. Please refer to our episode "Swipe Left" on dental hygienists.
Ooh. Okay.
It was a good one.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. We are against the dental industry in general.
Yeah. So, what's new with you? What's going on?
Well, it's funny what you were mentioning, like withdrawing and quitting something, like because that's not easy to do because it's fun.
yeah.
Well, mine is less fun. Well, kinda, but it was quitting Lamictal. I've never said anything about one of my medications on there before, but it was Lamictal. I've had it for like 5 years, and it's a mood stabilizer. That's also originally an anticonvulsant for like epilepsy and various other seizure diseases, I guess. Mm-hmm. Seizure-based illnesses. I think it's just that one. Anyways, it's like it doesn't work on the others. God. Anyways, I've been on it for 5 years, and I've been titrating down, which is it's like decreasing, but it's a fancy word for people with pills to use.
Titrating?
Titration.
Okay.
So if you're a dental hygienist, we'll spell it out for you in the show notes. And I went down to 0, and it was just like, it was bad.
Oh yeah.
It was rough. Yeah.
Okay. Are you
I felt like I was inside a black hole.
like Event Horizon?
Yeah. Like watching the orgy.
Yeah.
But it was only like only girls that got away.
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound very good.
And they were being fucked by a nameless, faceless dread. Like a super handsome face that looked like fucking I almost said Gandalf. Not Gandalf. What's his fucking I almost said Guzman. I mean the one in fucking Gaston. So Gaston face, but with like an amorphous dick that looks like Voldemort's face. And they're just pounding the girls that I cared for.
Luke Evans Gaston?
Yeah.
Okay. Or not the cartoon Gaston.
No, the cartoon one.
Okay.
But a real a real version of the cartoon Gaston.
Yeah.
Fucking her and them.
Okay.
Everyone I've ever liked that I couldn't have, or anyone that I liked and it didn't work or something, And then, so yeah, an orgy in a spaceship, but it's actually a dental hygienist room, and it's just an awful dream. That's what it's like in your head at all times. And you're just like, you're like shrinking like away from society. You feel like the concrete rose getting stepped on during a drive-by shooting while the people are running away.
Ooh.
Anyways, it doesn't feel good, and then it's like that for like a week. But I think it was been like a week and a half or 2 weeks now, and so I slept basically all day with periods of awakeness for 3 days where I didn't feel bad at all, but I was just so tired. I was like, I'm not going to fight this. You know how usually you fight it and be a person?
I've never seen you fight it. No.
Oh, no, that's me fighting it.
Okay.
That's how bad it is when you get when you get unnecessarily unnaturally tired. It's like I have more than that, but I'm reserving it for the hours where I will be awake and doing activities. Activities. But it's not fun, and so like this is why it's important for the guesswork to be good guesswork when a doctor's treating you for anything really.
Yeah.
But like I'm sure the guesswork is a lot less prevalent in like cholesterol medicine, heart medications of any sort, diabetes, because these drugs have been tested on people.
Yeah.
Better.
Right. I mean, I know with that, it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of just guesswork that like.
Yeah, and they're not constantly trying to like make their new nut on cholesterol medication. It's like, here's some cholesterol medication. It's worked since 1986. We had another improvement on it, but it's the same company.
Right.
They just realized they can't make a killing off of cholesterol medication, so we decided to cure cholesterol. Right? Like that's how it is.
Yeah,
this
true.
thing, it's like they have like next level like medications that are gonna come out in the next 5-10 years, and it's like they're based on some of them are based on. I got a book about it. Psychedelics, dude.
Yeah. You're just going to be microdosing all the time. Just kind of tripping out.
Microdosing, microtripping on like mushrooms or ketamine or acid, yeah. Okay. There's other ones too, like MDMA.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to do like one of the other ones.
I mean, shrooms are fun. You should just not microdose. You should just do shrooms sometimes.
Macrodosing, yeah. I want to macrodose my blues away today.
Yeah.
Today.
Let's go out in the woods, me and you and our other friend there, and let's go take a trip camping, and you just take some shrooms.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Can it be in an interior environment, or does it have to be outside?
No, it could be interior.
Okay, because two of the places where we reside have children in them, and one has a fucking my parents. I guess we have to go outside. The beach, the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not. So believe this is interesting. I actually feel fully more comfortable without having tried these drugs, especially my mushrooms, macrodosing mushrooms, to do those inside. I feel more comfortable doing a strange to me drug that could harm me inside in a safe, like like a controlled environment than I do regular camping outdoors. I feel like the floor isn't as low for that as it is for camping, because I've had a horrible camping experience, but I've never had a horrible mushroom experience. So I'm like,
okay.
Positivity.
I've had bad mushroom experiences.
Ooh.
I've had good one. I had one good one and several bad ones.
Oh, I'm sold. Like you having a bad experience, I'm really sold on that.
But because I've had a bad one, and I will be your guide. If I'm with you, you can do it, and I've been there. I know, and I can assist. I didn't have
tripping with Luther Danger.
We'll record it, man. We'll do a podcast. Yeah. I'll be recording
several podcasts.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I don't trust our friend as a guide, because he doesn't. Those things are like his reactions to substances are very strange.
Are they?
Like, so acid, he just is like mellowed out.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Cocaine, he falls asleep.
All right.
And weed, he wants to go hiking and like do all this physical stuff.
Yeah. All right. Those are slightly different. Those are slightly different. Yeah.
Like,
Well,
so
it's
like, I don't
basically
trust
his
him.
personality is basically like he's always on shrooms. Like the first time I did it, it was just nonstop jibber jabber, right?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Just
'Cause
jibber jabber
okay.
about like
So-
everything, man. I just really need to talk about everything in the world right now. I mean, can you imagine? We have hair all over our bodies. Some of it we can't see. It's on our fingers. What do we do with it? Why are we covered in fur? But we're just like monkeys and just blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, but we're like monkeys that have gone bald and have lost touch with our physical realm, our realities. We've created this false construct of like, okay, I'm back in now. That's kind of interesting. And then it'd be like, and then the Phillies in 1993. I was like,
Yeah. Basically,
I'm out.
Basically.
All right, so he loves the Chicago Bears like I do, and he'll talk about a game from like 2006 or something. That was a good season. That was when they went to the Super Bowl. Never mind. But it'd be like 2003 or 4 where they were terrible, or like 2013 where they were fucking awful. And it's just like he knows the score from a game against the Bengals, and he's like, yeah, Chad Hutchinson threw like 180 yards or whatever. I was like, how do you know how are you not a sportscaster or a history teacher? He's just like, but he found a thing. So he manages a restaurant, and he used to be a waiter, and he was good at that because he's so fucking chatty, and he's so hardworking. He hated it, but he was so good at both those elements. And but this is where he ran into a trap, right? He based a lot of his opinions on humanity on like his interactions with other food service workers.
Right.
I'm like, dude, they're all like, we grew up in an area where a lot of people are just like, it was like presumed you just go straight to a 4-year college.
Yeah.
And you like, maybe you kill yourself to do it. Maybe you grade inflation, whatever. You just went, right? And so everyone else went to work in a restaurant. Like no other professions. It was every single other person was like a waiter. It was either you went here or you were a waiter right away. And you get the same people, really similar intelligence levels, I think, but you place one in a situation where it's okay to like, oh, they're studying hard so they can blow off some steam, right? No one notices they're partying on a college campus, developing like addictions, whatever. No worries, whatever. It's out of sight, out of mind. But you see people like, you see someone waiting your table, and then you know that they're using Molly or whatever, and you're like, ugh. You're like, your fucking child is doing that too.
Right. Yeah.
Right? They're doing it too. It's just more prevalent because you're coming face to face with the struggle. And people that are struggling are going to use drugs, are going to drunk drive. They're like, especially if they're like semi-privileged people that just didn't follow the path right away. Eventually, you usually follow some sort of path to dental hygienics. But anyways, I'll be like, yeah. Like, yo, listen, you're basing your reality and your view of humanity as a whole on a small subset of people that you've never been able to shake from. I'll be like, you can't do that, man. People aren't that awful. I was like, they are awful, but they're not as awful as you think. You got to experience another type of, but then he's like, he didn't, and it just didn't work out that way. That's okay. He just, his energy level is like yours and mine combined.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
We're gonna get him on the show at some point. We're gonna go up there, and visit. Yeah. What else is up with me? We're gonna tease this. We're gonna try to enter the world of advertising. I want you to read the vast majority of them.
Okay.
So I'll go around your schedule because I could do it. I just love your fucking voice with that.
Right.
The fakeness, but like the confidence and like the bravado of it,
right,
all combined to read some of that could maybe like fucking support us. I support our lifestyle. I think it would be great.
All right, I'm happy.
Because here, did I tell you what our break-even point is?
No.
Approximately $33 to $34 a month.
Okay.
We could do that.
Yeah, we totally could. Do you want?
Yeah, because we already got 4, so it's like we're like 29 to 30 short.
What? That's just what the hosting costs?
Yeah.
Nice. Huh.
So what's that per year? What's $35 estimated? It might be a little less than that, but we'll
Like
we'll
$400
overextend.
bucks.
So okay, so $400 a year. Well, we got $48 of patronage a year. So that's $352. We just have to make $353, and we are profitable.
Right. So wait,
That's okay.
$35? Is that what you said a month or 30?
Yeah. If we get over that, we're probably
All right. So that's $420. $420 a year.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got $48 coming in per year from Patreon.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you
man.
seeing it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, $372.
We're
man.
starting up on YouTube. Just for clarification, if you're listening to this not on YouTube, we didn't say fuck you and did separate content for YouTube, and we don't think YouTube's better. We're just gonna duplicate it and put it on YouTube. But there might be naked drawings of us by a real artist. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be something.
That'd be something. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be something.
They're gonna be on mescaline when they draw us.
Oh, absolutely. Drug drawings. Let's just start asking for drug drawings. If you're on drugs, just draw what you think we look like. Even if you're not on drugs, draw what you think we look like and email it to degeneratenation@gmail.com, Degenerate Nation Podcast at Facebook, Degenerate Show at Degenerate Show on Twitter, and also Degenerate Nation on Facebook, right?
Oh, you got it that one. You got it that time. Last episode, which you were on, you've been on in a secret mission recently. We can't say. They say going downrange in the business.
Ooh.
I don't know what they say. I'm not in the business.
Yeah.
I mean, I technically am. I got Patreons, but we're not profitable. We're a non-profit.
Yeah.
The episode was called Titty Ass Blizzard of '96. And you talked about, where was I going with this? What were we just saying?
Don't remember. Something
God
I got
it.
4 for 4.
Yeah, and you last time you actually did not go 4 for 4. I was just not paying attention.
Oh, really?
I had a micro freeze, and yeah, I was probably titrating.
Probably. So
You were honestly 2 for 4, maybe 1 for 4. But that time, perfect plug-in. And I mean, speaking of plugs, we're gonna talk more about our strategy and how we are gonna continue to bring you content, but with a little twist. Tell them what we can do with Patreon.
I don't know what we can do with Patreon. You just said, "Hey, we got Patreon."
No, what you can do with Patreon, as in the audience, as in I want to use your voice.
Oh, you want me to do the Patreon pitch?
Yeah, I want you to do the Patreon pitch. You're so good at it. Oh my god.
Have a sip of my tea.
Ooh, he's gonna sip
You
his tea.
need
for this.
to write the copy for me to read, right? That's your.
All right, I'll write the copy.
You're supposed to. I gotta develop the own material and read it. I'm just the golden voice, you know.
I'm just the talent.
All right, let's let me bring the microphone right up here.
Yeah, get
right
in there.
into it. By supporting Degenerate Show at Patreon, you are contributing. I don't know. I had a good one last time. I got nothing this time.
That's not
Write
the
it
name
down.
of the show.
Degenerate Nation Podcast. What did I say?
Yeah.
Degenerate Show.
You said by supporting Degenerate Show.
Oh, supporting the Degenerate Nation Podcast. You gotta.
I was gonna put my echo on, but I'm so terrified I'll forget.
Yeah. You definitely shouldn't. Yeah. I don't know. I fucked it up. I got nothing tonight.
That's okay. I'll do it. So, we have a mission for you, degenerates. Look in your wallet. If you got a $1 or $2, instead of giving it to some guy off the highway out of guilt, log on to patreon.com/Degenerate Nation and become a monthly Patreon. It don't cost nothing except a bit. We want you. You love us. We want to give you more and more and more. And I want my co-hosts to get a little scratch so they can buy lottery tickets so they can have a better life someday. That's the only way they're going to do it. Except for Luther Danger. He's set.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to be very clear. I will ask you for nothing. I don't care. I don't need your shit. However, if you want to kick it over it anyways, do it.
Kick it over. Kick out some jams.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna sign up. I'll be a Patreon of my own thing, of your own thing. This is your thing. I just am on it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I should be a Patreon.
Please muddy the waters because I want it to be because I have 2 of the 3 Patreons then would be my writing partner and one of my co-hosts. And it's just like, I feel like I have to produce. And for you, then I would have to like even further depend on your schedule because also your Patreon is involved. So yes, I don't care how much it is. I think that's a great idea. I think Wendy will be excited. I think I will tell Patrice to be excited because I'm going to take charge of his feelings from this point forward. I'm in charge of his goodness and badness.
Okay.
And I want to use him for goodness.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, I think that you should appear on the Twitch with a mask.
Sure.
Or have me do your material. Because you've talked about, at some point, doing an open mic and stand-up. And I think your approach is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's, like, a fun way to do it. Because you're talking to a crowd that maybe would respond well, like gamer people. Or, like, people that are just curious enough to do that. Go on there instead of TikTok. You know?
Okay.
To use your dick jokes on there and your pedophile jokes and whatnot.
Did I have dick jokes?
Didn't you have a pedophile joke?
I don't know. I never write these things down. It's possible.
You had a joke about tasting cum. Do that one. Explain. All right. It makes me laugh every single time you do it. Explain your setup of how you would approach an open mic.
Okay. All right.
While I find Will's joke that I sent.
All right. So
because that was also fun.
So the plan on the open mic is to go out on stage, you know, looking kind of nervous, sheepish, getting up to the microphone, clearing my throat.
Yes.
Making adjustments, and then taking a deep breath, reaching into my pocket, pulling out a piece of paper, unfolding it.
I'm already laughing. It's the mannerisms. I wish you could see this.
Has anyone else ever tasted their own cum? No? Never mind. And fold the piece of paper back up and put it in your pocket. And then just totally go about different jokes. I think that was the joke.
Yeah, I mean, just throwing them off the scent, you know? Like,
Yeah. Has anyone
I just don't.
ever tasted
I feel like I'm like lock me up like a feral animal and open the cage, and that's how my style is of just performing.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like prepare it and then like work the crowd a little bit, mostly be a prepared thing. I'm too feral. I'm too like not insecure, because you have to be secure enough in your delusions to like turn a mic on and think anyone in the world is going to fucking listen to you, or like write anything down on a piece of paper and think anyone's going to read it.
Well, I mean,
you know,
so like if you listen to like Jerry Seinfeld talk about comedy, like none of it is his personality, right? He just writes jokes. And it's so much harder to just write jokes.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much harder to do it that way. You know, to just go out and just talk about your life and be you and, you know, amplified version of you. But, like, yeah, that's hard. You know, you got to be open and be funny and be in the moment and be funny. And that's difficult. But you're going to latch on to the people that like your style. Writing a joke, like, people show up to see you tell a joke or to make them laugh. And they're expecting to laugh. And they want to laugh for the most part.
They need to laugh.
And you're just getting them to that laugh at whatever the cost is. And to be able to like do that cleanly.
Your soul, usually.
Yeah, but I mean, not in Seinfeld's case.
He doesn't have one, right?
Oh, he does.
He's just like fucking... He does?
He
he just completely flicks the switch?
I think so.
And he's like, the thing about...
Yeah, basically.
You know?
Basically.
That's great.
That's his job. As he does that for a living, and then he's his own person at home.
Now, do you think he always did that? Or was it more once he got the relationship and family and money that's like, I have a separation now?
He was doing that, and then he got money. And then it wasn't until like 45 that he had a relationship and family.
Yeah.
Like after Seinfeld, he had those things. Like he's only been married for like I don't know. He's got teenage daughters or something. Teenage kids.
Yeah,
like,
he's been married for like 12 years.
Yeah,
I mean, not 12 years, 20 years,
Yeah.
16 years, something like that, 18 years.
Okay, you keep at it. You're just randomly guessing, but you know.
I don't know what Jerry. I
I don't
look
know.
up
Why are we
Jerry
talking about Jerry
Seinfeld stuff.
Seinfeld anyways? How did we get on this?
What's the deal with talking about successful people on a fledgling
What's
show?
the
where
deal?
We don't look up to them.
What's the deal with the bitter taste of cum?
And it sticks to you. It's like old noodles.
Ooh. You ever try warm water on cum? Makes it sticky. You try cold water, it runs right off. What's the deal
squiggle,
with
squiggle.
cold water on semen?
What's the deal with drinking your own semen? if Tiger, I got one. This is related to fertility. It's a really bad joke, not like a nasty joke. And then we go on to Will's joke that we both laughed at. If tigers are so. If tigers are used for fertility, then why are they endangered? Can you imagine somebody coming up with that? And you're just like supposed to and then they have more material left, and you're getting for another 3 to 4 minutes after that. That didn't take long at all to think of.
No.
So like, how do you know when the jokes are good or bad? You have to test them, and so you have to go out there. I mean, that one you don't. That was bad. That was like for kids.
Yeah.
Maybe for like 12-year-olds. You have to go out there and you field test them. You can't do that now. How are these people doing anything? Like, do comics like really stick together because they want to help each other, or do they stick together because no one else wants to hang out with them?
I think it's a bit mostly column B, from my understanding. All right.
It seems like that too. So it's like, how do you workshop something? I'm loosely in a group, a DC comedy writers group. I don't really attend the meetings because like right now they're all Zoom, and I'm mostly podcasting or writing during that hour, like 8 o'clock or whatever, once a week. And also, he's licking the microphone. I'm gonna lose my train of thought. It's really funny. He's so silly. Oh, those pearly whites. Also, I don't want to help anyone.
Oh, there you go. Well, you're in no position to help anyone, frankly.
No. No, I could help read their stuff or something.
Yeah.
If it's an amateur and wants a free opinion. But why am I going to do something for free when, like...
I mean, you're, like, trying to help another guy who didn't make it on the life raft of the Titanic. You're just both those guys that hit the propeller as it's going down in the movie. Like,
yeah.
Like, well, I mean, I just don't really feel like helping anyone. You're just clinging to the railing.
Fuck yeah. I'm like that. I'm a worm. I'm a fucking worm. Can we talk about how I would never join the military in any nation under any circumstance? All right, I'm such a coward. I'd get out of being a boy soldier. I'm like, no, Dad, I ain't down with that. I'm gonna go to America. I'm gonna appear on a fucking infomercial and stuff. Put my gun away. I'm not fighting nobody, man.